Welcome to the introduction training of the Advanced Imaging System. Before we introduce you to the Advanced Imaging System, or the AIS, we would like to inform you about some general changes and updates regarding the Observe 520. We will shortly discuss the general 5.2 Observe app release, which is now available in the App Store. The focus here will be on the enhanced imaging mode and the integration of the general privacy law into the app. Following that, we will move on to the advanced imaging system, which of course will be the main focus during this training. We will explain what the AIS is all about and demonstrate how to set the system up, as well as introduce the AIS exclusive app features. As we go through this training, we will be switching screens regularly, alternating from our presentation slides to iPad screen captures and video demonstrations. The General 5.2 app release. The most important element that this update brings is the improvement in image quality, which we call the enhanced imaging mode. As soon as you update the Observe 520 app, you will get notified that the enhanced imaging mode is available with the option to enable this mode. This notification will explain that the enhanced imaging mode allows you to now produce sharper, clearer, and more color-accurate images with your Observe 520. Within this notification, you will be presented with example pictures of the enhanced imaging mode next to the normal imaging mode. The image quality improvements apply to all illumination modes. It is very important to note that the images captured in the enhanced imaging mode are not comparable to images that have been previously captured with the Observe 520 and that they require a new level of interpretation. This means that when you have an existing client in a certain treatment program of whom you are carefully monitoring the progress of the skin appearance, when you want to compare their pictures to a previous session, you need to do that comparison within the same imaging mode. We believe that at that stage it is better to switch to the normal imaging mode and use that as reference to identify changes and track progress. For a gradual migration to the enhanced imaging mode, in particular for existing clients, we highly recommend taking pictures in both the normal imaging mode as well as the enhanced imaging mode to create a new baseline for comparison. Once you have enabled the enhanced imaging mode, it is still possible to return to the normal imaging mode. To do so, simply go to the settings of the iPad, find the Observe app, and disable the enhanced imaging mode. In the same way, of course, you can also enable the enhanced imaging mode. There are several ways to recognize which imaging mode you are using in the Observe app. Pressing the info icon in the right bottom corner of the screen will, apart from the app version, serial number, and software version, also indicate which imaging mode you are in. Going into the live view of the app, you can recognize the enhanced imaging mode by the title in the transparent upper bar stating Enhanced Live View. To be able to distinguish between pictures taken in the two different imaging modes, the light mode icons, which are visible in the Sessions mode, are colored purple for images taken in the enhanced imaging mode and remain gray for images taken in the normal imaging mode. The same goes for the light mode icons visible in the picture view, including the sidebar, which is used for making split picture views. This is important because, as previously mentioned, the pictures in the enhanced imaging mode are no longer comparable to pictures taken in the normal imaging mode. Another great improvement is the normalization in the scaling of the images. Here you see two images of the same client taken with two different iPad models. And you see that because they have been taken with two different iPad models, the difference in scaling makes it difficult to compare the two images. In the enhanced imaging mode, this issue has now been resolved. The scaling has been standardized across all iPad models. Note that the enhanced imaging mode is available for all users of the Observe 520. Going on to the general privacy law. To be more specific, the General Data Protection Regulation Law, or GDPR, that recently entered into force. The new law is designed to harmonize data privacy laws across the EU, to protect the privacy of all European Union citizens, and to reshape the way organizations approach data privacy. As the Observe 520 app also collects client data, so for example personal information and pictures, we have integrated an accept button on the client page for end users of the Observe 520 to be able to comply to the privacy law. Only when clients accept the stated terms and conditions, the consultant will be able to pursue the Observe consultation. This means that you cannot go into the live view before the client has agreed to the terms and conditions. If you attempt to go into the live view, you will get a pop-up notifying you that you have to agree to the terms and conditions first. Important point of attention is that once a client has agreed to the terms and conditions and at any point decides to disagree, you will get a warning pop-up that all client data will be deleted in order to comply to the privacy law. The default legal text is fully customizable by the Observe owner in the settings of the app and hence can be modified to the consultant's own needs. As you will see here demonstrated, you simply go to the settings, again go to the Observe app and customize the legal text. Once you have modified the default text to your own terms and conditions, you will see that in case a client had already agreed to the previous legal statement, now two buttons appear on the client page. To proceed with the Observe consultation, clients have to accept the new terms and conditions. Once these have been accepted, the previous ones will disappear. One last point of attention regarding the new privacy law is that as it applies to all member states of the European Union, for countries outside of the EU region, of course, you do have the option to disable this function to avoid continuously receiving a pop-up to agree to terms and conditions. To do this, go to the settings of the app again and empty the custom legal text field completely. You will now see that the button has disappeared from the client page. The 5.2 app update also brings some other changes and improvements. The Bluetooth connection between the iPad and the Observe 520 has been improved, and in relation to this, a new button has been introduced. When you press on the info icon in the right bottom corner of the client page again, you will see written Identify My Observe, which is actually a button. When you press on this button, the Observe that is connected to this particular iPad will make a beeping sound. This is not only convenient for checking the Bluetooth connection, but it is especially helpful when working with multiple Observes and multiple iPads. Another minor change in the client page is that an extra text field has been added for country to be able to fill in client data accurately, especially in case of medical tourism. Additionally, there was a bug in adjusting the fan speed, which is now fixed. In the settings of the Observe app, you can set the fan speed to either high or low. We will now move on to the introduction of the Advanced Imaging System. The Advanced Imaging System, or the AIS, is an add-on system for the Observe 520 and allows you to get more out of your Observe. The AIS includes a high-quality chin rest, a set of lateral mirrors, and provides access to the AIS exclusive app features, the face notes and dynamic reporting, which we will discuss later on during the demonstration. The ergonomic and rotatable chin rest can be adjusted to different positions. In addition to frontal views, the chin rest supports 40 and 90-degree lateral views of the face for perfectly aligned before and after pictures. The set of lateral mirrors are designed to help position the face in the 40-degree angle with even greater precision. With the aesthetic market that is now booming, specific cosmetic treatments such as laser, fillers, and injectables have become more and more common and easily accessible. The development of the AIS seemed to be the most logical next step to elevate the Observe 520 to the next level and to respond to the need of monitoring and documenting treatment plans and progress. Here an attempt was made to capture a before and after side picture, and it is clearly visible that it is challenging to have a standardized and reproducible picture, and what the importance of repositioning is to evaluate treatment progress or outcome. Where in standard systems, treatment monitoring was only focusing on frontal views, the AIS allows for 5 viewing angles that can easily be captured for perfectly aligned before and after pictures that speak for themselves. The different side views, in addition to the frontal views, does not only allow you to create a global overview of the skin, but also allows you to accurately capture what is not always visible in the frontal view. On the picture you see the packaging of the AIS. Inside the box you will find the AIS chin rest and the 2 lateral mirrors. The box also includes an extensive user manual that explains how to install and use the AIS, which we highly recommend you to carefully read before using the AIS. To attach the chin rest, simply slide the chin rest over the mount inside the Observe 520 and secure the screw manually, in the same way you would usually attach any other chin rest inside the Observe. Looking at the chin rest from the client's perspective, to capture the 40-degree view left side of the face, slide the arm of the chin rest 1 step to the right and rotate the chin cup 1 step clockwise. To capture the 90-degree view left side of the face, rotate only the chin cup 1 step further clockwise. To capture the right side of the face, you slide the arm of the chin rest to the opposite direction, so to the left side, and rotate the chin cup counterclockwise. In the live view of the app, you can ensure if your client is positioned correctly, as the angles are also indicated on the outer edge of the cup. For the mirrors, it is important to first note that the left mirror is marked with an L and the right mirror is marked with an R. This part of the mirror is also magnetized. The mirrors are designed to fit against the inside edge of the Observe 520. If you want to attach the mirrors permanently, first remove the protective foil from the adhesive tape on the back. If not, you can leave the protection foil on. To attach the mirrors, place the magnetized part of the mirrors against the inside edge of the Observe and it will click into place. To secure it, push the lower edge of the gap inside the Observe slightly down and hook the back of the mirror into the upper edge of the gap with a rotating movement. Do not hesitate to apply some pressure. If you have trouble installing the mirrors, alternatively you can place the barrel of the Observe 520 on a flat surface and install it in the same way as just explained. If you choose to do it this way, we recommend to use the travel bag of the Observe as underlay to avoid damaging the front of the device. To capture the best 40-degree lateral view, it is important to manually adjust the mirror so that both eyes are visible in the mirror when using the chin rest in the 40-degree angle. It is important to note that the mirrors are only used for positioning correctly. During an actual picture session, the eyes of the client should focus on the lower edge of the mirror to avoid frowning. Now that we have installed the chin rest and the mirrors, we set up the Observe 520 as we would usually, and we will now go on to demonstrating how to use the AIS. Here we have our sample client for this training, and we will be switching to our iPad screen captures. We first make a new client, and for training purposes we will accept the terms and conditions and go into the live view. You will see that as soon as a face is detected in the live view, the AIS logo will appear in the upper left corner of the live view, which means that the AIS configuration is activated for this session, giving you access to the exclusive app features, face notes, and dynamic reporting. In the sessions view, you will also see the AIS logo in the upper bar, and in the picture view you see the logo in the right upper corner, which again indicates you can use face notes on these pictures. To use the face note feature, click on the pencil tool in the right hand bottom corner to go into the annotation view. Here you can use your fingertip to draw and mark areas of interest directly onto the pictures. Click on the info icon for the AIS tool guide that explains how to make use of the integrated smart shape detections that help you to draw basic markups with ease. Clicking on the concern box, you can select skin concerns from a default list and link them directly to treatments and products in the treatment list. Use the Client Notes text box to note any additional remarks, wishes, and requests from your clients to be taken into consideration. Use the Expert Notes text box to note any additional remarks relevant to your expertise, so info that is not necessarily relevant for the client. The default lists are fully customizable to match your area of expertise and assortment of products and treatments. To add a concern or treatment to either of the lists, simply type it in the appropriate text box and it will appear in the list from that point onwards. The use of a comma or a semicolon in either the concern or treatment text box will result in a subcategory of the previous category. When using the semicolon, note also that all text written after the last semicolon will determine the text shown in the layer box. You can also add an item to an existing category or subcategory by first selecting an item from the default list and then editing it in the text box. If you want to delete a concern or treatment from either of the lists, first activate the delete function by pressing the lock icon in the left-hand bottom corner of the annotation page. Then open either the concern or treatment list and press on the red icon to delete items. Once we are done making our annotations, we will click on Done, and it will save all annotations made in a separate picture. And you see here, we can still use the slider. If you want to annotate a split screen view, first create the desired view and then go into the annotation page. Last but not least, dynamic reporting. With the AIS, it is possible to export any picture view or session view and optionally include client details, annotated pictures, expert and/or client notes to create a fully customized consultation report. Where the Observe 520 is widely used as a standard step in skin consultations and is often used as a dermatological tool, the integration of the AIS will create a consultation flow as it intuitively guides you through the consultation, allowing you to analyze and mark skin concerns in detail and linking them directly to your product or treatment range. The communication with the client becomes even more visual, which in turn will lead to increased sales in products and treatments. We hope that this video was helpful and that we have been able to communicate the value of the advanced imaging system. Thank you for watching.